In this video, we're going to walk through how to set up a site-to-site network using OpenVPN Access Server. It's a bit longer than our usual videos, so feel free to use the timeline that you see on the screen to skip around and watch only the parts that you need. At a high level, site-to-site networking is when you connect two or more networks together so devices on one network can talk to devices on the other, and vice versa. In our example, we're connecting headquarters network to a branch office. Our headquarter network uses the 192.168.0.0/16 subnet, and the branch office is on 192.158.4.0/20. And the OpenVPN virtual network is 172.27.240.0/20. I'm going to show you how to find this in a bit. To make all of this work, there are few key steps. First, we'll enable routing on the access server. Then we'll create a user with auto logging for the OpenVPN client gateway, which I'll explain it in a bit. On the branch office side, we'll set up an OpenVPN gateway client. We recommend using a Linux operating system to host the client serving as a gateway. For this demo, we're using an Ubuntu machine, but this can be any compatible Linux distribution. One important thing to call out, we won't be covering in this video, is routing table configuration. Every network setup is different, depending on your router, gateway, and other devices. It's tough to cover all scenarios. In most cases, you need to add static routes unless your router supports dynamic routing protocol like BGP or EIGRP. Be sure to check your router manufacturer's documentation for the right steps. Also, don't forget to allow the required access through your firewalls and any other security devices. Looking at the diagram, we have private IPs of the access server and the client gateway, along with the HQ and branch office and OpenVPN subnets. On the headquarters router, you'll need to add static routes for the branch office subnet and OpenVPN virtual network, pointing to the local IP of the access server. On the branch office router, you'll need to do the same, add the static routes for the headquarters subnet and the OpenVPN virtual network, and point them to the local IP of the VPN gateway. Again, make sure to check your router's documentation for exact instructions. All right, let's get started. As you can see, I'm logged into my Access Server admin web UI. First, let's look at how to find the subnet for our virtual network. We're going to click on VPN server, then we go to subnet, and here we go. This is what we need. Now, we need to allow access to private subnets. So we're going to go to access controls, then global access rules. And here we're going to switch from NAT to route. We want to make sure that allow access from this private subnet to all VPN client IP addresses are checked. And then here we're going to enter the subnet for our headquarters, where the access server is sitting basically, which in our case there was 192.168.0.0/16. Then we're going to save and restart our access server. Our next step is to create a client user. So let's go ahead and create a new user. I'm just going to call it client-gateway. Here we go. And then we're going to save it. So first step, enable auto login. So let's go ahead and switch that. If you're using any type of authentication method besides local, make sure you change the authentication method for this user to local. Then we're going to reset the password here, create a password for this user. So I'm just going to type a password and click on reset. Here we go. Now let's go ahead and scroll down where it says configure VPN gateway. We want to enable this, and we're going to enter the subnet of our branch. And if you look at our documentation, the subnet is 192.158.4.0/24. So I'm going to enter that, and then here we go. We can save and restart our access server. That's all we have to do on the access server. Now, a good time to download our connection profile. So let's go to connection profile, and we're going to choose auto login and download the profile here. And here we go. Our profile is downloaded. Now it's time to connect to our Ubuntu machine in our branch office. I already have an SSH session going on. We want to make sure that you have root privileges. And let's check the IP address here first. to make sure, as you can see, the IP address is on the subnet of our branch office. Now it's time to install the open source OpenVPN client on this Ubuntu machine by running this command, which I'm going to put it on the screen as well. And here we go, it's done. So now it's time to transfer our OpenVPN client profile to this machine. So you can use tools such as SCP or WinSCP, or just copying and pasting the file content into a text editor like Nano. I'm going to choose the latter. So let me go ahead and switch the directory to OpenVPN directory here. And here we go. The next step is creating a file. I'm going to use Nano and then just call it hq.conf. Make sure that you have the extension in there. Now, I'm just going to copy the content of the profile that I downloaded earlier. So let me go ahead and open it with the notepad. Here we go. And I'm going to copy everything, basically. Let's go select everything and then copy it. And then I'm going to paste it in my hq.conf. And here it is. Now it's time to save. With the OpenVPN client installed, the next step is to enable IP forwarding on the client system. IP forwarding allows an operating system to accept an incoming network packet on one network interface and forward the packet to a destination on another network. So here on my Ubuntu, we need to go one directory higher. So let me go ahead, switch directory here. And we're going to look for a file that is called sysctl.conf. This is the file. I'm going to use a Nano text editor to edit this file. So let's go type this here, Nano, and then the file name .conf, and open it. Now we want to find the line that it says starts with net.ipv4.ip _ forward, and we want to uncomment the line. So basically remove the pound sign. And here's the line. So I'm going to remove the pound sign. And that's all we have to do here. Now we can go ahead and exit and save the file. Once this is done, now we're going to reboot our operating system. While this machine is rebooting, just a quick reminder to add your static routes and make sure your firewalls and other security devices are not blocking the required access in your branch office as well. Same thing that you did for your headquarters. Let me go ahead, clear the screen, and we're going to SSH to our Ubuntu machine again. I believe it's rebooted now. Let me type my password. And I'm going to elevate the privileges, even though I don't really need it right now, but let's do it. And here we go. Clear the screen. Okay, let's head back to our Access Server admin web UI. And if I go to status page, we can see that we have one node in use. And if you look at the active connections, we can see our client gateway is on. If you look at the IP address, the private IP address on my Access Server, we can see here is 192.168.4.18. So let's go ahead and ping that from our Ubuntu machine from our branch office. And if we get a reply, it means that our site-to-site is up and running. So here it is, and we're getting replies back. That's it. Pretty simple how to set up the site-to-site with Access Server. For more information, you can visit our website, openvpn.net. On the Resources tab, we have documentations and tutorials.